Smelt is a 2-mana warrior spell that gives a random minion in our hand +3/+3, and if we have 3 armor to consume, it will repeat that effect once. So potentially 2 mana for 6/6 worth of stats, which is very efficient. It is a bit difficult to gain armor in an aggressive deck that would appreciate this effect, but we did get the new Craftsman's Hammer, a 4-mana 3/3 weapon that gives us armor after it attacks, and we've got some cheap minions like Armor Vendor and Bladed Beetle as well. Getting 3/3 or 6/6 on pretty much any minion is quite good, but it's at its best when we hit a minion that copies itself, like Backstage Bouncer or Flesh Shaper, because then we get to basically double dip on the stat buff. Love a click clocker.
I see you brought guests. A symphony of darkness.
Renathal, Void Virtuoso. Freebird's actually not bad if it might get smelted, but War Gear is probably the way to go. Next turn is going to be Armor Vendor Smelt, and so far either target's pretty good to buff, but I am of course drawing something as well. That's probably the worst Smelt target in my deck, but that's fine. Alright, can maybe make 2 7/8s next turn, so it is important to protect this click clocker. If they have Hellfire, I will be very sad. There is a world where I bounce the Armor Vendor instead, since this is a mech and can be war geared. But I think a second Frog is probably better than a war gear next turn anyway. Looks like they're probably eating 15 if that's the play. Probably not that much value in even playing this Armor Vendor. I don't think School Teacher can deal with this board very often. I feel like Chaotic Consumption is the only card that does something.
Pick me, pick me.
Oh, they do heal because of the weapon, so I'm 1 damage off lethal here. Alright. They got frogged. Man, I'm not thrilled to keep any of these cards, but I think they're all good enough. Much better than Mistake here. Although I guess if I'm playing both, maybe Mistake on one was better. Alright, found a hammer to go with the Smelt I am guaranteed to draw. Alright, Smelt gets the discount. Oh, how interesting. Maybe I'm not playing Black Rock and Roll next turn. Can buff this thing up to a 9/14. Unfortunately, my board is super weak to Brawl here. But hey, if they don't have Brawl, they do just lose the game to Flesh Shaper.
This is not what we stood for.
Kinda tempted to just trade all my board into that so I'm not as weak to Brawl. Seems reasonable. If I lose the 1 and 3 here, I will scream. Alright, they did get a couple of taunts. Ram Operator. I mean, I definitely play some mechs. I'm not thrilled about any of them, but it's got to be better than my other choices. Alright, they burned through some pretty powerful cards that didn't exactly deal with my board. And there it is. This game is such a joke. What is this? Just the next mech I play? This one, I guess. Well, my hand is empty, but of course, most of my draws are pretty insane at this point. Oh boy, it's Odin. Well, that's a good card. There's no way they can deal 39. They can maybe have, like, Shield Slam, Bash, plus Blade Storm, but not anymore. I believe I have 40 damage. Now I only have 32. Can I draw lethal?
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Okay, they didn't hero power, so Craftsman's Hammer should be lethal. I believe this is one off. Oh no, both of my minions have 14 health for Blade Storm. They will also have to deal with a 6-1, but that might not be too hard. Okay, not getting Blade Stormed at least. So close. Oh, scary game.
Magni versus Sylvanas
I will never serve.
for Cosmodan.
Wow, what a hand. Let's just try to find some 1-drops. Alright, Bladed Beetle.
The living grab all kinds of things.
It's a secret from their actual deck, so it's probably not bait and switch. I could definitely use some armor with this hand, so... Lava Gorger looks real good. Most I can get is 7 armor. I don't think there's ever a world where I can smelt, and then on curve Flush Shaper. Although actually I do get 3 armor here. Seven armor.
Whiteboard is killing it.
Absolute stinker of a 3. So I'm actually still 1 armor away from being able to do this, because I'm not going to be able to hero power. Let's just try to play 2 6-11s. Wow, okay. So this is just always getting zombied. And then probably, what, Hidden Meaning and another cat trick?
My dying breath is for this city.
That's a big minion.
Arcane arrows, fill the sky.
What? You're that desperate to not take 2 damage or whatever? This is guaranteed black rock and roll. Probably better off just playing Lortham Arthur on here. Wow, actually a bad spread for the opponent. But shouldn't be too hard for them to deal 1 damage to a 10-1. They could even have Ricochet shot here. Probably Smelt, and then if either buff lands on Flush Shaper, we play that. If not, we will reevaluate. If only this had 5 health. But 2 5/5 Divine Shields are quite good.
The living grab all kinds of things.
Sharp arrow, sharper aim.
And the opponent is actually kind of cooking here. I don't love this. This is probably just Hammer Face, right? Set them to 3 with Hammer in play. Not really much they can do to stop it. Can have like a Wandering Monster, but not much else.
Let's warm you up.
Okay, that can make a taunt, actually. But dealing with the board is kind of uncomfortable for them here. Oh, never mind. Party Animal is a very respectable card. I have a One-Amalgam Band and a Power Slider that can break through a taunt. And maybe a Drone Deconstructor.
Sharp arrow, sharper aim.
Oh, they can only barely get through my taunts here. So they have to find a way to kill Party Animal as well. I think they're one off of killing Party Animal here. Alright. Need to draw one of those rushers. Oh, I'm just better than my opponent.
Magni versus Tyrande.
I cannot find eternal rest, and neither will you.
For Cosmodon.
Great hand so far.
I see you brought guests.
I think Snapdragon is quite a reasonable card in my deck. That's a big frog. I guess I'm just doing this. Playing the Scene is not infused. They could have Shadowward Rune. Pretty weak silence, I would say. Kind of a lot to commit to the board here. But if they clear me, then I can very comfortably just play Lortham Artheron next turn. Dissonant Pop, sure.
spell. Zinjari. Anybody?
It's so hard to have armor.
Pick me! Pick me!
Oh, that was a very cute little thing the opponent did. Oh, Craftsman's Hammer. Priests can definitely deal with 9/14s, but they did just spend a Whirlpool, so might be tough. Well, that's very annoying.
The more you struggle.
Looks like they at least don't have an answer to it. One-Amalgam banned could be lethal here. Drone Deconstructor certainly isn't. I mean, I guess I'm rushing. Oh, that's a good draw at least. And I drew 2 spells. What a joke. Well, I think I'm just playing for tempo here. Sucks that Amalgam of the Deep didn't get anything. But, I don't know. It is a 6/8. The board is pretty hard to deal with here. I've seen both Whirlpools, and I've even seen a Shard of the Naru, actually. But if they do have Shard plus Clean the Scene, well, I guess then I have Craftsman's Hammer for lethal. Cannibalizes the Nightmare, but I would still have lethal through it, although they could spend 2 more mana. They could have Cannibalized Light It Burn still, technically.
Our gift of the arcane.
Looks like they don't, though. They were close to stabilizing.